Hey guys, Michael Sanchez here. I'm going to teach you guys how to pluck today. And I want to really emphasize this because I know there's all sorts of different types of students that really want to play right now and they want to grab that bow and they just want to start delving in and trying stuff. If you can avoid that for at least a couple days, I'm going to try to get to that as soon as I possibly can. But the problem is if you start doing too much, you're going to build bad habits. And that is very, very bad on the violin. That's why violin is one of the harder instruments to learn, is because students don't learn the fundamentals properly. Okay? So we need to focus in on the left hand and make sure that that's set up perfectly. But what I do want to do is I do want to include a song for you guys to work on to really master this and still be able to play a little bit of music. And we will get to the bow momentarily, okay? So I showed you guys everything about the left hand. Please rewatch that lesson, the previous lesson, because it's critical to playing the violin properly to set up the left hand, okay? So basically I showed you how to relax the left arm, how to get the hand high, how to get the hand back. And what we're going to do is we're going to play and pluck Mary Had a Little Lamb, okay? So to do that, we have to keep all those fundamentals intact that we learned. We can't start changing things. We have to keep solid left hand technique, okay? So what I want you to do is follow me along here. And I'm not going to do this the way you should be doing it, which is having the instrument set up properly, holding it with the chin and shoulder, okay, like we learned in a previous lesson, okay, so that somebody can't take this away from you. Setting up the thumb, the hand, everything we talked about. And then to pluck, what I want you to do is take your thumb and put it on the corner of the fingerboard and then pluck, pick the strings down here, okay? Don't pick it up here because eventually that's where we have our bow and rosin gets on the fingers and all that. I'll show you about rosin later, but pick down here, okay? So assuming your strings are in tune, I showed you another lesson on tuning, so that's important. We're going to pluck Mary Had a Little Lamb. I'm going to do it like this so that you can see the placements, but I don't want you to do what I'm doing here with guitar version. I want you to do it the way I just explained up here, okay? So here we go, Mary Had a Little Lamb. Good. Now what I want you to make sure you are doing is not lifting fingers high off the fingerboard like I'm doing. I'm keeping fingers close. And also, if I have, let's say, a second finger down, there's no reason for my first finger to not be on the fingerboard. That's something important for finger efficiency and playing fast. So try to follow just how my fingers were very close, and I'm trying to keep them on the fingerboard if possible. To play a second finger, I don't have to have my first finger down, but it doesn't help me to have it way up here because a finger could be following. That's, could be a lot easier if it's just closer down on the instrument, okay? So let's go ahead and pluck. I'm going to show you guys up here how it looks. And what I want you to pay attention to is having the instrument level, not down here, staying relaxed here, and then really critical, having that left hand perfect, everything that we've talked about with left hand. Okay, so thumb on the corner of the fingerboard, I'm going to pick down here. Let's do it again. And then pay attention to the first finger knuckle being this high. Just like that. And one little exercise you can do for fun is try to have somebody take the violin away from you while you're doing that. Because if you're relying on the left hand to hold the instrument, that's a really bad habit. Obviously, fingers are going down here, but we want that to be loose and flexible for shifting and vibrato later. So we want to have good reliance here as we're practicing this lesson.